Curious why your content doesn't rank on Google? Well, you've come to the right video. Today, I'll show you how to make SEO content that can rank on Google. So if you're creating content on a regular basis, use 5 minutes so you can learn this. I'll show you everything in 7 simple steps right now so you can make SEO content that can rank on Google. So let's begin with step number 1, select your niche. If you've already done this before, you already know what type of topic your blog should be about. But if you haven't, this is really important because talking about one single thing will attract an audience to you of like-minded people. And one of my favorite ways to find out what you're interested in and what you can potentially make a blog about is to check your browsing history. Whether that's the last movie you watched, the social media channels that you are subscribed to, what type of blogs do you read, what type of content do you watch on a daily or weekly basis. So just go to your Chrome browser, click on Command Y on Mac and Control J on Windows. And as you can see, if you look through my history, you can see that I watch a lot of gardening videos, self-sufficient videos, even composting videos, which indicates that what I should make videos about is motorbikes. Actually, let's try the off-grid niche with survival gardening. So I'm gonna head to SEOwriting.ai because I need some more keywords for this. So I'm gonna go to the bulk article generation, put your main keyword in here, off-grid, and then I'm gonna go over to the side and use this generate NLP. This gives us a lot more keywords like solar power, renewable energy, self-sufficiency, and other things that this audience is interested in. I'm gonna copy these because they are incredibly important, but you still might be wondering, how are we going to get views and attention to our blog? So let's go to step number 2, find search volume. Search volume is how many searches this keyword gets per month. And if somebody searches for it, they might end up on our blog and end up reading that. And ranking page number 1 for that keyword is the entire goal and what this video is about. So the criteria we're looking for is high search volume, a long tail keyword that we know we can write about. Luckily, this is very easy to find. Let me show you. Just go to Google and search for keyword planner. Then click on the first search result. As you can see, choose the right keywords. We're going to click on go to keyword planner. If you haven't set up an account yet, you might have to do that in this step, but now we're on the inside. And all we're going to do is click on the keyword planner here in the top and then click on discover new keywords. I'm going to paste all the keywords I got from SEO Writer in here. I'm going to select the country and search languages to English, the location to United States, and click on get results. As you can see, off-grid is from 1,000 to 10,000 searches a month. Solar power is way more searches per month, going up to 100,000. Renewable energy, self-sufficiency even is higher than off-grid. Homesteading and tiny homes being the highest monthly searches, which is pretty interesting information, right? The thing is that we're actually looking for long tail keywords, which are keywords that are longer and easier to rank for because they're more specific. And the easy way to find that is just to start scrolling down. As you can see, solar panels for home, beautiful long tail keyword that I'm gonna copy, go back to SEO Writer, click on add a row and enter that main keyword. Even more cool keywords like Tesla, solar panels that we could do a lot of research to figure out how much does it actually cost per house and per square meter of roof. Solar panel cost as well. Very interesting article to make. When we move away from the solar, we see tiny homes for sale, which again, a lot of search traffic per month. We even get more keywords that I don't know, like Jackery power station. There's probably a lot of battery keywords here as well, like off-grid batteries, apparently power stations. But I'm going to spend some time here and find 5 good long tail keywords. There we have the 5 keywords, and I decided to niche down into only the solar panel niche. But even though these keywords are good, we still need to figure out what type of content to create. And that's why we go to step number 3, find out the search intent and format. Search intent is when somebody's searching for an SEO keyword, what are they actually trying to get? And what type of content and format is going to work best for that search intent. For example, a best things to do in X city, usually the format ends up being a list format, while if we have, for example, EcoFlow solar panel, that is more of a review format. And the differences in these keywords are huge. The one looking to browse or the one looking to shop. And this is where we enter the beautiful space of buying keywords, where the intent is to buy. And being the middleman here, for example, of an EcoFlow solar panel or a battery that costs $1,000, which leads you to make incredible commissions just based around the keyword that you chose to make content around. But how can you find out search intent and find out what type of content to create? So I'm gonna just copy one of these keywords that we did from before, go to Google, paste it in, and now let's take a look at the search results. As you can see, solar panels from Tesla being the top search result, while the other ones are more of a guide to going solar. However, both of them being a .gov, which only usually shows up in the search country that you are in. So if I would search from Norway, I definitely wouldn't get this. But if we scroll a little bit down, you can see one of them being a shop solar panels for home. So we found the search intent being a shopping. You can also quite easily see this when Google shows popular products. And this leads us easily to be able to create multiple videos for this. First, we saw the search intent being a buyer keyword of shop solar panels for home, which could easily make a list video of the 5 best solar panels for your home. And we also see that it's a homeowner's guide to going solar, which is an easy format of a guide. So this is more of a how-to step-by-step type format. However, when we search for geothermal energy, we get more searches that are information, where the search intent is more of an information learning intent. So as you can see, it starts explaining what geothermal energy is. It also shows Wikipedia in the top page, and you don't see as much buyer keywords for this. However, there is one article here doing geothermal energy pros and cons. And in this article, he's doing the pros and cons, and it's usually something that bloggers do, so they can end up seeing if solar power is better than geothermal and then sell you solar panels like the calculator at the bottom. So now that we know the search intent and format, we can easily use that to do step number 4, create a title. The title is the most important part of your entire content, because if nobody's going to click, they will not read anything of your intro or the outline or anything. So spending some time here is important. Some important things to note in the title is to add the benefit for them. The second thing a title needs is to take away the pain or effort or sacrifice that they have to do in order to make it happen. For example, in the solar niche, installing it on your own could be a big objection. The second objection could be price. And the third one could be cleaning it, as that reduces the solar energy. Having these 2 elements allows you to create one of my favorite titles, which is how to benefit without pain. Here are some formats: how to install solar panels on a budget, solar panels for under $100. A second title template that works exceptionally well is best blank for blank. In the solar power niche, this would be best solar panels for off-grid, best solar panels for survival shelter, best for tiny homes, best for a suburban home. The list goes on, and these search keywords are so specific that you can address the specific concerns that each and every person has, which leads to a more valuable video. And if you're wondering if this works, one of my friends made a blog for left-handed people. So knives for left-handed people and things like that he ended up making a lot of money per month. So use one of these templates to create a title, Or you could actually use SEO writing as well to generate titles for you. Personally, I use this more as an inspiration, as I found AI to be good at making titles, but not great. They'll do 80% of the job, and then we gotta put in the rest. So we got 5 different titles here. Let's review them. I really like the best EcoFlow solar panel reviews. So this would be a list video that I'm going to write a number 7 in front of. Discover geothermal energy, a sustainable power source. Again, our audience don't really care. So I'm going to say instead the cheapest way to stay warm. As we found out, the search intent being more of a pros and cons, informational. That's what this content will be about. This one, solar panel cost, how much will you pay in 2024 is great. And I'll also change around these other 2. So there we have our titles generated. We're also going to use the NLP keywords, a very easy, time-effective way to add them to your blog. But since we only have the headline or the title of the blog, how do we actually write the content? Well, let's go to step number 5, create the outline. The most important part about the outline is that you have something worth to stay to the end. If you give away all the juice in the beginning, they will read it, get it, and leave your blog. While the reality is that the number 1 ranking pages are usually ones that have the highest session time, meaning that if they stay on your blog longer, not even on the page, but on your blog, that helps you rank higher. In the solar niche, this can be as easy as by the end, you'll find out which of these solar panels are the best. Or by the end, you'll find out if geothermal is better and cheaper than solar powers. Actually, why don't we have a solar man? Good idea for branding. But to make the outline in SEO writing is so simple that all we need to do is click on generate outline. I'll show you a more step-by-step in a minute. But as you can see, you get like how to choose the right EcoFlow solar panel, factors to consider, determining your power needs, and then going into the different wattages of solar panels that you can get. Even comparing EcoFlow versus Jackery solar panels, pretty incredible. So once the AI has done its job, you can start reading through them on the right side and see if they're actually what you want. You can obviously easily change out if you don't want to talk about federal tax credits, which I would recommend that you do because you can get it for cheaper. You can easily change this right here. Now, I'll bet you want me to click on run here so we get all the 5 articles, but we got to talk about the most important part of the blog besides the title, which is the intros. So without an intro, you're not going to hook people in and grab their attention. So it's worth spending some time doing this step. And there are many different ways to start an intro. My favorite one is called proof, benefits, and stay to the end. And this is where you show proof of what you're showing in the article is true. Then you give all the benefits that they're going to get by watching the article, and then sprinkling in the stay to the end so they have a reason to stay on the article and learn more. So I recommend that you use that, or you could use SEO Writing's intro hook brief where they have multiple different structures for you. Like, for example, the statistical or fact is the one I just talked about right now, but they also have question, quotation, anecdotal or story, personal or emotional. So if I click on the statistical or fact, you see that they have a prompt that starts with begin with this surprising statistic. But an intro is not enough. You obviously need a little bit more than that. So let's go to step number 7. Create the content. Since we have the outline and the intro of this video, it's pretty simple and straightforward to start writing this blog. And you can do this on your own. If you enjoy writing and you want to do the research and pulling important facts about the products and things, or we can easily go to SEO Writing to give us all the facts and start writing the first draft. In SEO Writing, this is as simple as first selecting the language, tone of voice, and point of view. I recommend using the second person, you, your, yours. So that would be, are you trying to install a solar panel? Here comes Solar Man. Let's click on target country as well, United States. article size, we can actually choose this in comparison to ChatGPT, which can give you like 700 words and then you ask it for longer. Well, we can actually select a large article here up to 5,200 words. What I've found works best on Google is between 2,400 and 3,600 words. We can also choose between different AI models. My favorite being the Claude 3.5 Sonnet. However, you can get unlimited generation if you just put your OpenAI key in here, which is what I've done. So I'm going to use the GPT-4o last model. I'll click on enable with API keys, and very important to click on humanized text. This makes it so it's an 8 to 9 grade reading level, so don't use any of the AI words or fancy words that you might have seen before. Next, they have a new feature they just added called brand voice. And this basically means that it writes in your style, which is something that many people want. They don't want to have text that obviously looks ChatGPT written. So you can add text that is basically your previous blog posts. This could also work for YouTube videos, adding scripts in here. Whether that's adding text, you can use web scraping to scrape your blog, or upload a file like PDF doc or docs to train your voice. Next, we have details to include, where you can, for example, add the company name. You could add a phone number to connect with you easily. And then we have Media Hub. So before, you would have to go to places like Pexels, Pixabay, or Unsplash to find royalty-free images that you could add to your website. But now we have AI images. So I'm going to just click on yes. I'm going to click on number of images. I'm actually going to max it out at around 10. You might not get 10 because it actually understands how often it should do it. We're going to do image style, and this time we're going to do a photo image size. We're going to do 16 by 9. We can enter additional instructions as, for example, creative direction. So we can do in the style of hyperrealism, colors should be, and then you can enter color palette. Many different awesome things to do. We can enter your brand name, Solar Man. We're also going to include the main keyword in the first image as alt text. So it gives a little bit of a keyword metadata. We're also going to add some YouTube videos. This is completely up to you, but I believe that if they land on our blog and they actually end up watching a YouTube video, staying on our blog longer, that actually helps us out in the long run. But it obviously depends on what intention you have for the traffic that you're getting to your blog. Now that we got some images in our blog, we can also add these things like conclusion, tables, H3, list, italics, quotes, key takeaway, FAQ, and bold. The only thing I'm going to take away here is the key takeaways, because it kind of shows a bullet point list in the first section of the blog. I don't really like that, so I'm going to take that one away. I'm going to include the FAQ at the bottom, and I'll show you how this exact screen here makes the blog look really nice. Also, with internal linking, we can automatically index your site to relevant links in your content. So I've actually added a website before. I'm not going to talk about this one in this video, but an incredible way to internally link which is extremely important for ranking. We also have external linking. So we'll put this on automatic. And what it does is actually puts links in there to other high domain authority blogs that, again, is going to help with that ranking. I'm going to do 3 to 4, have the placement evenly throughout, contextual enrichment, link attributes. We do the no follow, and we exclude the URLs. This we could add Wikipedia, for example. And then we go to the connect to web. It's pretty insane how much they've added in SEO writing to make this so much easier for you. This basically does research on a bunch of blogs before it actually rewrites the content itself. And then it actually has citations you can have on or off. You can do source date to select a time, and you can exclude the URLs as well. If you want that, we can include them as well. And finally, if you want to turn that blog into a Twitter post, LinkedIn post, a Facebook post, an email newsletter, a WhatsApp message, and a Pinterest pin, we can easily do that as well. I'll show you how it looks like. And then we're at the last step, which if you watch some of my other SEO writing videos, you can easily set this up with any of your websites to automatically get posted or drafted for you. It's all there in the WordPress pages. But now you might be wondering, how does it look like? What happens when we click on run? Let's run this EcoFlow solar panel. As you can see, we got back 3,200 words here, and it looks like this. As you can see, it has actual valuable EcoFlow videos included. It has the headlines and the bolded, the entire outline. It even has the citations to make the best blog post possible. Here you can see a camping EcoFlow solar power AI image that, to me, this actually looks really cool. And it would actually fit really well into this video. Here we even see a table of a comparison charts of the power output, the overall score, the price as well. But here is where I would, for example, change out the images. Yes, AI images are good, but when you're talking about a specific product, I recommend changing out the images. I did a AI blog in the past about e-bikes, and every single time it would generate an e-bike, it obviously wasn't the e-bike that I was talking about in the blog. The same probably goes for this one and maybe this one. I don't know exactly how they look like. We get an FAQ at the end as well. So you can see how fast AI can create a lot of this content and actually referencing up to 18 times here in one article. And this reference being to the EcoFlow blog itself. And if you want to repeat this exact article, you can do that, changing a couple of settings around. For example, an installation guide instead of a 7 best EcoFlow solar panels. And we can of course just click on the edit button to check the overall keyword score and content analysis. Actually, right now it's at 100%. Sometimes it ends up at 60 or something, where you have to just change a couple of things around to help the SEO. And if you want to change the image around, it's as fast as downloading an image and just clicking this button, insert image. Or if you just want AI to create a new one, we can click on this round image generation button and we get another one. And apparently this is Solar Man. And the last step being that you click on the publish button. You can integrate directly with your website. So that was how to make a blog in 2024 using AI tools. And if you want to use SEO writing yourself, you can start completely for free. And if you want to upgrade, use my discount code in the link in the description to get the best deal now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.